If you found this story powerful, share it and don't forget to subscribe to Mind Shift Stories for more deep, truth-driven investigations, because every story deserves to be told. Now, let's get into today's story. This is the story of Daniel Whitaker, a man who vanished not once, but twice, and the second time, he left behind something that's baffled investigators for over a decade. A message written in blood that simply said, "I remember now." Daniel Whitaker was a 35-year-old software engineer from Portland, Oregon. Quiet, smart, a little introverted, but on June 11, 2010, Daniel didn't show up to work. At first, no one panicked. Maybe he overslept. But when police entered his apartment, what they found was strange. His phone on the table, laptop open, keys still in the door. No struggle, no sign of forced entry, just gone. For 6 months, investigators searched. Nothing. Until one rainy night, a man in tattered clothes walked into a diner in Idaho, barefoot, shivering. It was Daniel Whitaker. When police arrived, Daniel looked terrified. He claimed he had no memory of where he'd been. Doctors called it dissociative fugue, a rare psychological state where someone forgets who they are and wanders off. Daniel refused interviews, moved to another city, tried to rebuild his life, but the story was just beginning. Fast forward to 2015. Daniel now lived in Colorado, working remotely and keeping a low profile. He told neighbors he was finally at peace. Then one night in August, his security camera captured something eerie. Daniel stepping out of his front door at 2:47 a.m., barefoot again, no jacket, and this time he's holding a flashlight, pointed directly toward the woods behind his house. He walks out of frame. And that was the last time anyone ever saw him. Police found his phone and wallet on the counter and a note scribbled on a napkin. They said I was safe. They lead. 3 days later, hikers discovered his flashlight near a lake, with fingerprints that didn't match Daniel's. 2 weeks into the search, a couple exploring an abandoned cabin 20 miles away made a shocking discovery. Inside a small wooden table, on it Daniel's missing laptop, still logged into his email. And smeared across the wall in dried blood were 3 words, "I remember now." DNA confirmed it was Daniel's blood, but what he remembered, no one knows. Investigators found something even stranger. The last email Daniel ever typed but never sent. It read, "If they find me again, it's over." There were no signs of a struggle, no footprints outside the cabin, no trace of Daniel's body. Some say Daniel uncovered something on the dark web, a government experiment gone wrong. Others believe it was psychological warfare, his mind hacked by whatever he saw during his first disappearance. But one theory stands out. Daniel wasn't alone during the first incident. He'd met someone who didn't want him to remember. To this day, no one knows what Daniel remembered. All that remains are his laptop, his note, and those haunting words written in blood. So what do you think Daniel Whitaker discovered? Was he the victim of a secret experiment, or did his mind unlock something it shouldn't have? Drop your theories in the comments below. And before you go, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next story, because next week, we're uncovering a case where a missing child returned 20 years later, without aging a single day. This is Mind Shift Story, where truth meets mystery.